Election day is coming up, of course, and on the ballot is a lot more than just a presidential race and on down the line. If you're in Lucas County, you'll be noticing a levy renewal for the Toledo-Lucas County Port Authority. And this afternoon, we have John Szuch with the Port Authority, along with Robin Whitney, to go over a little more about what the Port Authority does. You know, most people are aware, yeah, we know about the airport, and we need to get some more business out there and some things. And you got the port itself, the Maumee Bay, and all the big ships that come into the area. But there's a lot more with area construction. Let's begin with the airport, because that's the elephant in the room. We would love to have more than Allegiant Airlines out there. I know there's some great cargo action out there. You were telling me earlier, Robin, about how busy the place actually is despite the people not being able to fly.
Yes, most people just think about Allegiant Airlines and
Sure.
commercial flights, but the airport's actually in the top 100 airports in the country for cargo. We've got the Amazon Air traffic that's going through there and Tron Air, so it's a very busy airport from a cargo perspective, and most people just don't realize that.
Well, I live near the airport, and yeah, I study. It's not just the 180th. We're hearing jets taking off all the time. John, what is happening with the ports? Things are healthy there. Everything's going really well. No problems. This is probably peak season here as we near the nearing winter.
The Port Authority's having a very nice year. Not a record year, but close. And we've added a lot of capacity. I think the biggest one would be the rehabilitating the Chevron site, which was heavily polluted with Cleveland Cliffs, which now is one of the 5 largest steel and ore companies in the country. 1,000 construction jobs, 100 permanent jobs, and greatly bumping up the level of volume at the port. But as Robin said, we're in the top 100 ports in the country, and it's major.
Now, what people don't realize, there's a lot of other projects you all have a hand in that really make the tax money worthwhile. What are some of those coming up in the last couple of years, and what's coming up ahead?
Thank you.
We do a lot of financing for projects, mainly a lot of projects here in Lucas County, but sometimes we support other ports in other parts of Ohio. But we've been able to finance projects such as the YWCA renovation project that's currently underway in downtown. The new Hilton hotels that are attached to the convention center were financed through our bond fund. We do a lot of those more major projects, and we also have grant programs that we provide for nonprofits. So we get involved in $25,000 grants to help some of the local companies, Nature's Nursery, and different not-for-profits, and then we're involved in the large projects like the Cleveland Cliffs. So a lot of variety in what we're doing.
Well, the Seagate Center, the Glass City Center now, were you involved with that project as well? I mean, this is all, the whole downtown area has just been an incredible renaissance. Also, you add to that the Maumee River projects. With the Metro Parks, just a lot of great things happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
We're pretty much involved in all of it, to be honest with you. We're actively financing businesses along the Metro Park area and working closely with the Metro Parks on what they're doing. So we're renovating, we're rehabbing some of the islands, 3 big islands, major restoration project in the river that we're doing with the Army Corps of Engineers. So we're kind of all over all of it, honestly.
John, on the board, you probably have a vision. The board has a vision what they would like to see the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. How prepared are they, and what are some really cool things you can't wait to see come to fruition?
Well, I think there's a second area at the Port Authority, nicknamed the Bug Bowl because it was originally a storage area for Volkswagens, but that entire area at the port's going to get redeveloped. We have a large development we're doing in conjunction with the city of Waterville. There's additional building sites and speculative ideas for development at the airport. So, and one of the things about us, we end up, I think this is maybe people don't realize this, but when there's a problem, people come to us to solve it, whether it's remediating a bad property or building something. We took over the garages in Toledo. We've got we own one government center. I mean, we're the problem solver for everybody.
It sounds like you're kind of a connection between government and private enterprise and put them all together to make things happen.
Yes.
The levy coming up, how much money does it usually get? This is a renewal, it's not new money.
Right.
And what is the money then used for?
So we get about $2.5 million a year through the levy. That is not it is a renewal, as you stated, and it won't be an increase. If anybody's property values have increased, it will not increase the amount they're paying for this levy. So it ends up being about $8 per $1,000 of valuation. We use that to fund and support these programs that John and I were just talking about. Some of those grants to the not-for-profits are funded out of $350,000 of that money, and then we use it to help with a lot of the capital improvements that are needed for our facilities.
Where can people go to learn more about the Port Authority and what they do?
Great question. We have a website called vote4port.com. You can either use the number 4 or type out FOUR, and you can get all the information right there.
Okay, big election coming up. John, Robin, appreciate you coming to talk about that.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.